Primus should be receiving the last 2 DNA samples right now to complete the DNA pool. And with some melding, it's finally done. My greatest creation. With this device, one being can walk in the shoes of any alien across the galaxy. They'll unite worlds, abolish war, and we know the best man for the job, the only one worthy of wielding such a device. Set the pod to lock onto Max Tennyson's DNA, and quick, we can't risk any enemy or some child getting there before he does.
This is gonna be the most boring summer vacation ever. Should have just stayed in summer school.
Once Tennyson is in a close enough proximity, the Omnitrix will detect his DNA and spring to his wrist.
A shooting star! That's always a good sign.
Who knows what an unpredictable, impulsive criminal or child could do with such a device. Hopefully, he'll figure it out soon.
A watch? What was a watch doing in outer space?
Do good things with it. Save lives. And change the universe for the better. Assembling them against a common threat. Not a knight. Not a performer. But a hero.
Trust me, you're gonna want to go, Ben. Thanks for making me realize that. And look, the secret of the watch is really not something a 10-year-old should be running around with. But, when you eventually do figure it out, this hacking arcade games and getting in carnival rides, it'll be nothing to your greater purpose.
Hey, Blitzwolfer.
Wow. And that's why you'd never get the privilege to date me.
Wow, the privilege? Guess I'd also get the privilege of being broken up with over the phone.
Low blow! That's Gwen's calling card.
Well, maybe if you could break yourself down every now and then, I wouldn't have to.
I ain't ready for that. Maybe when I'm older.
When you're older. Didn't know that was possible.
Yeah. I guess Ben 10,000's just a myth.
You never told me the full story of you meeting your future self.
Right. It ain't that long of a story. An adult version of Gwen, or Gwendolyn, or whatever, brought us to the future to help. Well, me, basically. We were brought to a future where I, for some reason, was just solitary, bitter, and alone.
Wow, so Was that the only time you met your future self?
No. Basically, if I'm remembering right, whenever I meet my future self, my future will change. So, every time I meet a future Ben, that won't be the one I see again. For the better, presumably. It seems like the hero game is basically the life of a 20-plus-year-old Ben Tennyson. He didn't seem to have any hobbies, friends, interests. He mentioned something about an incident with Vilgax sometime before, but it was very vague and a bit bleak. But at least now I know what to avoid. Anyway, the other stories are way too long to get into right now.
I wouldn't mind listening to that.
Kai, I told you. I've moved on to better things.
Don't flatter yourself.
Ready, Tennyson? I want to get out of here quick. Lula's been eyeing the ship's controls for a while, and I want to leave here before her canine instincts start giving her ideas.
Give it a bone or something.
Yeah, because that is how all dogs work. You uncultured juvenile.
Using big words doesn't make you smart!
It kind of does for her, though.
Anyway, want me to take you back home?
I'll wait for a ride. I dread the day I fly first class on one of your aliens, Ben Tennyson.
Don't worry. You won't have to dread too long. I think a vacation is in order. Maybe somewhere that isn't in constant peril. I've been hearing so much that my hands are now stuck in hero dialing position instead of game controller position.
Man, I would not want to have your hands when I'm like 70.
Hopefully there aren't any incursions feeling brave today. Or Tetramans.
Wow.
Sorry.
We'll get you a souvenir.
Hey, Ben, I know you wanted this trip to be action-free, but there is a disturbance on Galvin Prime.
Again?
Yeah, and they wouldn't call if they couldn't handle it themselves.
Okay, Grandpa. You never have to ask me to get to action.
I know, Ben. That's why you'd make a great Magister. Reminds me of me back in my days. Just do what has to be done and enjoy your road trip. Magister Ben Tennyson.
Please don't remind me I'm going to be your age someday. Okay, guys. I think you all already know what I'm going to say. Minor disturbance on Galvin Prime we have to sort out. Something about a mechamorph armor, but nothing we can't handle. And then, we can stop first at the planet Transil to start this trip. Then eventually, the rest of the universe. You know, I remember that time. I held the power of the universe in my hands, then saw the birth of it. I felt it. These powerful forces have ultimately brought us together to explore these said forces of the universe. I know nothing will beat that summer vacation all the way back then, but let's make it a close second.
Baby, you give me whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Can't twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby.
I will ask you again. Where is the silicon? Your entire body is made of this substance. My superior particular pleasure in extracting the material from your planet is what is experience from your being. You tell me when we can get more. Don't test me, naive youngling. My superior would find much amusement in such resistance from such a weak, fragile being.
Thank you, Great Ben Tennyson. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but we still have massive problems here that need solving.
Don't worry, kid. Contact the plumbers or something. And if they don't respond, I'll come back and handle it. Don't worry. It's on my to-do list.
Ben Tennyson, the great wielder of the Omnitrix and savior of the universe. Where did it all go wrong?
Just as sweet and sincere as you've always been. And I thought we came to an understanding.
So, why are you really here? I mean, you stepped foot on Earth for more than 2 minutes. This is an event. I mean, does anyone else know?
Well, no. Not really. And I intend to keep it that way, at least for a little bit. Up to now, I've done a pretty good job of keeping present-day Ben Tennyson out of the spotlight, so I don't plan on changing that. However, if you were to refer to someone like Gwen then, also no. But I do want to see her again, and put things right between us like you said. So, has anything changed around here that I should know about?
I'm gonna answer that going by anything you'd care about. In which case, no.
Apparently the museum you work at is helping to build a statue for yours truly.
Yeah, in the center of the closest park to here. Flattered?
I mean, it's a nice gesture, but it ain't anything significant to me. I literally have my face plastered all over this town. I'll just sit on a bus or something to clear my head, and there I am, with a smoothie. Literally the only thing keeping those things relevant. You know, sometimes I wonder if it was worth selling my soul to every brand under the sun just for a quick buck. Yeah, I got to send my parents into an early retirement, and support a few causes here and there. But since then, I built this irrational hatred for that face. So to answer your question, that's probably where it all went wrong. You know, the statue is surprisingly similar to the one back in the other future. I remember when I told you that I went to the future and met my future self. But I don't remember telling you about that.
What do you mean?
The first time I went to the future, I saw a statue of myself. There was a quote under it, saying, "Hero of heroes."
Yeah, they were talking about putting some corny stuff like that at the bottom. Must be a coincidence or something.
Interesting. Maybe I'll check it out briefly.
If you want to collect your stuff while you're at it, I'll be thrilled. Ever since you left, all your stuff was just left in your old parents' house and nobody wants to touch it because they fear there's something in there that'll explode or turn their skin inside out like last time.
Good idea. Haven't been there since my parents moved out. The insects have probably formed their own economy, which has probably crashed more than once by now. Hey. So you're not mad at me for,
I don't blame you, Ben. Man, I would not want to have your hands when I'm like 70. I tried tracking your mana but found nothing. Then I saw you on the news. I saw that you were doing good. I was glad you didn't stop.
How could I stop? Heard you've got your SMI job going. A company integrating magic into everyday life? That must be great. But this hero business is pretty much everything I am at this point. And everything I always will be. And at first, it seems great and all. But it also takes more than it gives.
I know you never come to look at these things, so you have to be here for a reason.
Well, it's just... how could I not come and see my own statue?
It's nice, isn't it? It must feel nice having a statue built for you.
Yep. Lovely. Funny thing is, I never even gave anyone the model to base the statue off of, or the title, Hero of Heroes. Identical to the one we saw back in the future.
I guess that future is coming to manifest now.
Yeah. So now that we're finally together again, I was gonna bring up the elephant in the room here. Galvin Prime, the Mechamorph. Is he okay?
Seven?
Guess some aliens never learn.
You alright, Gwen?
Relax, Ben. It's just a stun. I can take it.
I'll go after him. You stay here and call the plumbers.
What? Ben, seriously, I'm fine. I can help.
Just call the plumbers.
melody. What good is music if it ain't possessing something sweet? It ain't the melody, it ain't the music. There's something else that makes the tune
Let me tell you something, intergalactic bounty hunter who always seems to be doing less bounty hunting than he should. We're not just gonna do your job for you.
A shooting star. That's always a good sign. Hey, Omnitrix. Can you run a background check on that guy who attacked me earlier?
He is identified to be 7-7. Although he used to be a bounty hunter, he has now devoted his skills to guarding various planets across the galaxy.
I guess he's back to his old ways. He was trying to tell me something before getting defensive. What was it?
Maybe you should ask him yourself.
Okay, Omnitrix. Link me up to the plumber's CCTV.
Hey, 6-6. Or 7-7. Let's just try to put earlier behind us. A guy who only needs one more 6 over his name is not to be trusted. But you, it seems your intentions aren't entirely evil.
So, why did you track me?
Stop. Stop.
Do you honestly expect me to understand that I've learned many alien languages in the past, but yours ain't one of them?
Yeah, I know this ship like the blade of my hand. Meaning if it's like I remember it.
I know that voice. It's...
"7-7, are you okay? Did you land somewhere civilized and non-polluted?"
He's here on Earth.
That's a damn shame. Wait, who is this?
You don't remember me, Tetrax?
Not really.
It's Tennyson. Ben Tennyson.
Ben? Good. Listen to me. Get to Primus. To ask questions, just get to Primus and find Azimuth. Nice to see some friendly faces.
Well, if the intimidation factor didn't work...
Wait, a Volpomancer? An ultimate Volpomancer? Last time I checked, it hasn't been a million years since last I came here. It doesn't have an Omnitrix symbol, so Ultimatrix is out. Interesting. More concerning on my end. Shh. Easy there. I know it's literally built in your DNA to kill. It's also built in your DNA for your vision to come from your sense of smell mainly. I guess if a certain alien clogged your navel cavity with toxins, you'd practically be blind. How about we test that theory?
We're jumping me now? That's cool. Just tell me ahead of time. I don't like surprises. Okay, so now I'm currently in an every man for himself war zone. And nobody has offered me a tour guide.
Put 'em up, see? You ain't never met a mole like me. Come on, Alberry and Pillarota. You don't scare me.
I'm in 7-7. Yeah, I know this ship like the blade of my hand. Meaning, if it's like I remember it, then he should be right here. This place seems all too familiar.
Tetrax, the traitor. What's your agenda today?
Drop the act. I know where you're going, and what you're planning.
You shouldn't assume, young bounty hunter. Carrying out an action based on assumption leads to conflict. It leads to war.
Bounty hunter. Haven't heard that name assigned to me in a while. Did you ever see it leading to this, Vilgax?
Did I? The same Petro-Sapien who assisted me in betraying and slaughtering his own kind. No matter how much you try to pry your way to the moral high ground, you're still just the same killer you were 15 years ago.
The whole universe has turned against even the aliens you hired to carry out your killings. Soon you'll be nothing but a shriveled up dictator, left in a cell, for his soul to slowly slip into the dark, desolate, deprived depths of hell. And I'm telling you now, that time couldn't come soon enough. What planet is this?
Stay calm, Petrosapient. You are mildly injured.
Am I glad to have crashed into you guys?
Everyone is glad to crash into us. Metaphorically.
Well, if you know who we are, then you know that I am the Specimen Prime Ultimos. This is Synactac, and of course, Tiny. We are the Galactic Enforcers. We thought about updating our brand by getting new recruits.
But they catfished us and turned out to be children.
Not the greatest of days for the Galactic Enforcers. You're just looking at it negatively. You need to focus on the positive, and that is that they'll make great recruits one day. I can already feel the sense of galactic justice coursing through their prepubescent veins. I tell you, they'll make me proud someday.
Like that Ben Tennyson kid.
You know Tennyson?
Of course. Everybody knows Ben Tennyson. He is well known and feared all throughout the universe. In a positive way. We've even had the honor of personally fighting alongside him.
Maybe you can tell us where he is so we could go back to the days of piggy banks and unfitting costume changes.
Don't you think you'd be a bit too old for that now?
Well, time is sort of irrelevant when you're saving the universe. However, finding new recruits that are willing to join the battle against evil beyond the deepest, darkest, depleted, desolate depths of hell is proving to be more of a struggle than we were anticipating. Speaking of hell, would you consider signing up? You won't regret it.
Anyway, I told Ben to go to Primus and find Vilgax.
Vilgax!
What can we do to help?
Just get me to Primus.
Wow. I'm all about fighting evil just as much as the next guy, but you're in no condition to go back into the field. Stay here until you are fully healed.
I failed to stop it, and now it could have dire consequences. This thing killed my entire race, and I helped him do it. And even now that they're all back, I've been outcast by the people I betrayed.
Do you have any updates?
What?
You just came out of the Galactic Enforcers base, so I assumed you were one of them.
Huh. What a cruel world that would be. Wait, update on what?
The Primos who dominate and seek to colonize our planet?
Some call them primals, some call them ultimates. They're Sunrosian like us, but more evolved.
We didn't even think they existed anymore.
Wait, the Galactic Enforcers are literally just there. Why don't they do anything?
As of now, they legally can't do the Sonorosian Law, which overrules the Galactic Code of Conduct and any other peacekeeping force in the universe.
So no one has come to help you.
I keep trying to take them on myself for my family's sake.
But every attempt has just ended in failure. I don't know what to do anymore.
And I mean, this isn't the first time I've failed to protect my family from these criminals. That's not the type of failure you feel all that often.
Believe it or not, but I know what it's like to feel powerless. Certain things seem impossible to conquer. Some things feel like they'll never go away. But only when you fail, and choose to remain so, is when you'll be a failure. Come on, I don't abide by any conduct.
Hey, Gwen, feeling better?
Yeah. It was just a stun, Grandpa.
Okay, don't go on being too tough.
So how are you doing? You sound like you just woke up.
Me? Nah, I just finished up a good match against Bernard. Never felt so alive.
If you say so. I just wanted to talk to you about Ben.
Well, as I've said before, don't worry, Gwen. Ben's been this way for a while now. I guess when he passed the 18 mark, it was a wake-up call, and he's just trying to find his place.
I know, but I thought, well, I think you should go find him wherever he's gone.
Gwen, don't try and scheme into disrupting Ben's work ethic by organizing some reunion party. He'll visit us when he's ready.
That's the thing. He's gone for weeks, comes for an afternoon, then leaves again.
This is the first time any of us have seen him in ages. And what if next time is too late? I was tracking his mana, and I was really concerned. I think he may need help this time. There's a built-in map at Ben's tower that can track the Omnitrix. Just see him, please.
Okay. I'll send out a response team. And if that doesn't work, I'll go myself, okay?
Thank you.
Going into plumbing base. The Mechamorph farmer. Planning ticket. The Bill plumber base has been infiltrated. Hello? Yes, killed anyone who found him. I managed to escape. It's the guy we...
I guess Gwen was right.
Ben, where are you? You're not trying to start another forest fire, are you?
Gwen, move! If you die, I don't get to play Super Slammers this afternoon!
Oh, I am so telling, Grandpa. You think you would have learned after last night to stop meddling with that thing.
Gwen, look, I know being a snitch is your most defining trait, but please make an exception this time. And you can't prove I was meddling with it anyway.
You know what? You're not even worth it. But, you know what is?
Fine. Wasn't in the gaming mood anyway.
Later, fool.
No answer again?
Yeah. Maybe he's dealing with the same rodent infestation we are.
Wow, this planet seems to be some kind of war zone all over. There's irrefutable evidence of alien evolution taking place as we speak. Oh, and the physical evidence.
Ugh. Anyway, where's this Azimuth guy? Maybe we could beat Ben to it.
Why would Azimuth restart the Ultimates program? It was only meant to be an evolutionary feature for the Omnitrix.
Makes it kind of weird that this is where he presumably went missing, but we don't ask questions, although it's in our job description. It's just a small part.
Guys?
Let me handle this. I was trained in negotiating.
Trained? You never even finished the course due to your short temper with the suspects.
Hey, Valgex! Give yourself up! Now would be nice. Please? Come on, guys. He's giving me that pinched stare. Help me out here.
Oh, you definitely got him shook now.
Short time no see.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too, Ben.
After a long, focused, and educated study of this planet, I can determine that this place is haunted. The planet seems to be run on the ultimate alien evolutionary feature used for the Watch back in the day. I'm using an Omnitrix function to keep this environment stable.
Azimuth shut that down in the first place.
I know. Weird. You guys brought 7-7 with you?
Well, the plumber's badges like these caught on that you were hacking the plumber's CCTV.
Is it really hacking? I must be the life of the party or something. What has it been? What? How many years? Who cares? Okay.
No, my bad being a diamond and all. You're just lucky I'm not a hugger.
How's life been, Tetrax?
Well, I would be feeling better if I knew where Azimuth was. I can see there's a bit of a language barrier here.
To be fair, from our point of view, it didn't look good on his part.
It's alright. I will act as his translator. He says after our encounter with Vilgax, he crashed on Earth. Everything after was in self-defense. He tried to communicate, but his English isn't the best.
Isn't the best? It doesn't exist.
Benjamin.
My bad. Well, we forgive you, 7-7. But we have to focus on the task at hand.
The watch must have some homing beacon of some sort.
Yeah, remember when we were last here and the Omnitrix returned to its creator? Let's try it. There would probably be a good place to start.
Okay, let's go.
Alan! Use your fire to wear him down while I trap him in this spiral! What is that? Smells like lepidopteran fluids. Isn't that highly reactive?
Ah, shit! You alright, Manny?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you recognize this pit? It's where all aliens battle me for control of the planet. One after another they fall, then evolve. You better hope you can evolve, 'cause I've never lost in here. I don't know what brought you here, but you'll be thankful for it soon. To see how inferior you really are. Why battle through an army when you can walk right through?
Azimuth.
Tetrax. And...
Come on, man. It's the apocalypse out here. You expecting me to be walking around in some green motorcycle jacket?
White and black striped shirt, wearing a watch, talks like a juvenile. Tennyson.
It's okay, Azimuth. We can still stop this.
And while you're at it, set down your mechamorph armor.
Well, I guess it's almost nostalgic to see you too, Tennyson. Luckily for you, I had 2 days of high-quality unconsciousness in a cave to make this nice high-quality presentation of what we're dealing with, thanks to the planet's monitor drones.
1 day and a half.
1.5 days ago, the planet was boarded by a ship. I saw this from my lovely office here, and to protect me, my mechamorph armor encapsulated me within it, to the barrage of ammunition that evaded the cave. The rest you can clearly see here. You may have forgotten that I was not the one who forged the tools to change the building blocks of DNA to evolve aliens. Meaning Primus doesn't hold the information to create ultimate aliens and catalyze alien evolutions. So what better device to use than the very thing that birthed such a travesty?
Is any of this reversible?
Not as long as Vilgax is here. Vilgax is also taken in this energy as well. His body can evolve for battle. I don't know how he merged the evolutionary feature to his own genetic makeup without wielding the Ultimatrix. This doesn't make sense.
Use your drones to see where he is now. Is that?
Yep.
And are they?
Yep. Let's not waste any time.
Wait, Ben! If Vilgax really is more powerful now, then we should devise a plan.
What's our plan of attack?
Now this may sound crazy to you, but attack.
I like it.
I don't.
Sorry, Gwen. It's a majority vote.
We didn't all come here for no reason. I didn't come all the way here just for you to push me away again. We need to fight Vilgax together.
You guys look prepared.
Just open the door with caution.
What a bunch! Ben, listen to your cousin next time. This situation isn't very ideal.
Helen, what happened? Where are the others?
How's you been doing, Alan?
Tennyson. We meet again. The boy who has caused me so much trouble.
Vilgax! Win, get him out of there!
What's the matter? You tapping out on this one?
Is that all you have to offer? I must say, I am not impressed.
What the? Get off me! I've enjoyed these years, Tennyson, but now my goal will lie beyond whatever you have to offer. All good things come to an end, Humphrey.
Please tell me your memory of the past 8 hours are still intact, because I don't want to have to deal with any amnesia shenanigans. Easy there, hero. We're on a secondary plumber space station. I'll walk you to the ship and follow you guys to Earth soon after.
You were out for some time, Ben. Judging by your retinal scans, probably the best sleep you've had in some time. You may have noticed at this point that I'm not yelling at you like I usually would. Being the smartest being in 5 galaxies, you'll be frustrated by things you don't understand. But I understand, Tennyson. I understand why you took so long to respond to the distress signal. I understand why you decided to leave your team. I understand why you have done everything in your power to distance yourself from everyone. You know I've done the same. Despite all these years, I don't think today reflects who you really are, Ben Tennyson. It may reflect 10-year-old you, or even 15-year-old you, but not the man standing behind me. And I'm not going to sit here and give you a mental diagnosis. But Vilgax has an army of ultimate aliens behind him ready to carry out whatever generic evil plan you can imagine. So, where are we gonna go, Tennyson?
Ben, wait!
Just so you know, this isn't an I told you so moment. So you can hold off on that for now.
Wasn't how I was gonna phrase it, but it's not.
If you just let me handle things on my own, with no distractions, all this could have been avoided.
What? Okay, this is getting absurd. Do you even hear yourself? Just because you messed up.
It's not about that, Gwen.
What do you mean? Just learn to trust us as a team again. Why can't you just trust us like you used to?
I hate to break it to you, but I'm not 16 anymore. You're not 16. I don't know who put this idea in your head that if we go back to the way things used to be, everything will be fine. But in case you didn't know, this isn't 2012 anymore. All my energy, all my strength, day in and day out. This. Nothing but this. It's funny how much you want something when you're 10, then resent it when you're 24. This isn't life. This isn't the life I chose. But if I need to bear the weight of the universe on my shoulders so nobody else has to, then so be it.
We both know where this is coming from. And if you don't let go of it, it will eat you up forever. You say this isn't the life you chose, but this can be the moment when you choose to forgive yourself and move on.
Have you moved on? Have you?
Look.
Nah. I don't need to hear anymore. Trying to hold on to the past won't bring the past back. I think we both have stuff to figure out.
Hey, kiddo. I thought this would be a great time to bond. You're not the only one feeling useless right now. I know you may find it hard to talk to me after leaving all that time ago. Just know that I don't hold it against you. A saying that really resonates with me is, you are your biggest critic. The hardest person to forgive will always be yourself. I never really realized until now how little choice you had in your childhood. And getting the Omnitrix and then finally getting it off, only to put it back on to save me. Let the plumbers help you. Let me help you. Let your cousin help you. She felt just as bad as you did that day. But I can't force you if that's not what you choose. Now think about it.
Tennyson.
Kevin?
Long time no see. Well, still no see now, I guess.
And why is that?
I can connect to you through Gwen. Her mana is linked to both of us.
Why can't I see you?
That isn't important. I'm in a place which can control my lack of control. I don't know when things will be back to normal again. Or as normal as I can be. So, how is it with you?
Fine, I guess. Just came back from doing with, I'm sorry, but I don't understand. Why?
By what?
Why call now? After all this time? I've just finished having my ass handed to me by the biggest mollusk in the galaxy, and rub salt in the wound. You suddenly decide to call and reassure me that you're actually okay. Just vibing in some retreat. Did you call Gwen or vice versa? Why now?
You remember the state I was in? Don't tell me you really think I could have called back. But then you left, and left untraceable. All those years you've spent worrying about me were almost the equivalent that Gwen spent worrying about you. We all worried about each other, Ben. But like you, I needed time to heal.
I have to know where you are. You can't just call for 2 minutes and expect everything to be fine and resolved afterwards.
You think I don't know that? I'm not going to entertain the idea that all this can be reversed. But unfortunately I can't for reasons known to me and me alone. This is the only time I'm ever going to be able to do this.
Why?
But just listen, Ben. Stop with this. I called because I sensed you were in a great time of need, of some reassurance that everything's gonna be okay. Let Gwen take care of you. Whatever you think you can handle on your own, you can't. And I'm not talking about some universal threat.
But will I ever see you again?
I don't know. Well, I gotta go. Lula's been eyeing my food for a while. I want to go before she starts getting ideas. Keep fighting the fight, but don't fight it alone. Miss you guys.
Visualax's forces may still be in space, but there's still stuff on Earth to take care of. It's about 10 blocks that way.
What do you mean, Ben?
We need to split. To get to both places in time. Gwen, I need you to come with me on this. Can't solo this one. I need you to get me into the plumber base.
And after that?
Just be prepared if things go south. I know what you're gonna say. You're right, Gwen. The thought of letting the people you care about get hurt is a thought you never want to cross your mind, but it's crossed my mind every day. It's crossed my mind for the past 8 years. Seeing him like that just kind of scrambled my head a little. It's like the thought of having all this power, yet feeling so unbearably powerless. I came back here for a reason. I knew you'd find me if I stayed on Earth long enough. I wasn't sure at first, and I backpedaled a bit, but I felt these powerful forces bringing us together. It almost feels like I never left.
Don't worry. You never did.
Let the others take care of the mess on Primus while we go and finally end this. What Vilgax has been doing all along.
Okay. You take the lead.
Just don't call me to help save you this time, Tennyson.
Hey, if it's your help, the equivalent would be just not calling. Hey everybody, wow! I had not been here for years. So much nostalgia today. Does Magister Vitality still work here? Boy, if Plukig and Drebo still work here, I'm leaving.
Hey Tennyson, that's for you to drop out after all these years. Also, what the hell are you doing?
Look, I came to collect the Malcurrent Mechamorph armor. Is it an issue?
That Megamorph armor is under maximum protection ever since it exploited power back on Galvin Prime. So forgive me if I ain't too keen on giving it to you on such short notice.
This is important. Max Tennyson approved.
Can you confirm, Gwen Tennyson?
Hey, for once, I'm lost, and I'm just following his lead.
Okay, fine, but don't drop it or anything.
So that's what you meant.
Yeah. Figured Vilgax would just sneak into the plumber's base, steal the armor instead of causing war with Earth. Probably didn't help that he was mutating and glitching
Exactly like Primus.
So that Vilgax was a fake?
Just another drone model to look like Vilgax. Couldn't tell you before because plumber badges record everything. And I couldn't have Vilgax knowing that we knew.
What are you doing with it?
It is Mechamorph armor after all. One that came into contact with Osmosi and evolving DNA. Makes it unique, and a magnet for trouble.
Tennyson! I would say it's nice to see you again, Pin, but it isn't.
You don't even need to explain your motives on this one. Vilgaxia. That's what this is about.
Coming from the middler of the universe, interfering in the natural processes which would let my species flourish in the thrones to the universe. What you call heroing destroys nature's course, and I'm going to correct that. Correcting a course on the universe.
Natural order. The natural forces of the universe that brought us together to stop you. How's that for natural order? I was gonna start this thing, but hey, ladies first.
Planting these electrically charged fists in your face is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I know this ship like the blade of my hand. Meaning if it's like I remember it. We've got company.
Tetrax, wouldn't come any further if I were you. Those fake ultimate aliens fooled you longer than my superior thought would. Did you also see through his replica, Ultimatrix? No matter. By now, he's most likely already obtained the Mechamorph armor. We won't kill you. Superior demands that we bring you to him, alive.
They're linked to the Ultimatrix. We take that out. We take them all out.
I don't have the codes to disable the Ultimatrix's built-in protective field, so I'm going to have to resort to trial and error, so this could take a minute.
Ultimate Echo.
Allow us to introduce ourselves.
Please don't allow him to introduce us.
Who that?
Toe once again. Why would you take another soul on my radar again?
Perspective Colin Anun.
inferior you really are makes your consciousness superior. Why barrel through an army when you can walk right through it?
Visualax, it really does feel like we'll do this forever.
Why are you so persistent in your interference in the natural order, Tennyson? Just let me restore the universe to its pure state.
You think I've used a certain alien to create an endless cycle where you'll always lose? I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about it. But I think you're well aware that even if I wanted to, I haven't been capable of doing that for a long time. Believe me, over the last 8 years, I've learned a lot of new things about a lot of alien races. Yours specifically. I've always wanted to figure you out. Surely you don't just want to rule the universe just cause, right? But then I realized, well, that's just all some people know. War, violence, hierarchy, it's all they're taught to know. And I clearly hold the type of power you want very badly without it being tainted with the DNA of a Tennyson. But just know this, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Trust me.
Hey, Ben. Long time no see.
Still walking, huh? I'm impressed. I swear I didn't know how all you old, non-human people do it. I dread the day I'm Grandpa's age.
I dread it as well, as I probably won't be around to see it. Now Primus is back under moderation. All trace of the Ultimates program has been wiped, and Vilgax is rotting in a plumber's cell where he'll slowly fall into the deep, dark, deprived, desolate depths of hell. Anyway, what will you do now, Tennyson?
Now that I've shared my responsibilities with the plumbers, finally, I don't know. I guess I'll have to develop a hobby, visit some friends and family more often, and have a life. And I'm looking forward to it.
Take it from an old head like myself. Reluctancy is the strongest emotion at first. Go live your life, not Ben 10's life. Your life.
Thanks, Azimuth. Hey, Tetrax.
Hope this isn't the last time we see each other.
Don't worry. It won't be.
Oh, and one more thing. Do you remember the Galactic Enforcers? They said you should visit sometime.
I'll keep that in mind. Hey, Gwen.
Ben, you look better, actually.
Yeah. I realized I don't need to carry the weight of the universe on my shoulders. Or on my wrist, actually.
That thing never ceases to surprise me.
Yeah. Like always. Whenever I get something new, I experiment. And meddle a lot. Found that this thing still has some new tricks up its sleeve. Another million more, and I'm pretty sure I could get a checkpoint trophy.
Well, you calling is a rare occasion, so this must be good.
Well, I would tell you I called for us to patrol the galaxy. If I was boring. But, just see for yourself.